We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us!
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous. Man, I've got some exciting news for just me.
Oh. Then why bother?
You might find it exciting too. I don't know. You might be someone that, gets excited for others.
Yeah.
No, only if it's something that is like great for you.
No, I don't even get excited about stuff that's great for me anymore.
So I guess when I said, Matt, well, I may have said you might find this exciting, but I guess I should rephrase.
No, you said I have exciting news for me. That's what you said.
Oh, like for me, not you, me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess it still stands. It's still correct in what I said. Because anyway, by this time next week, I'll be the owner of a sit-stand desk, and I can record while standing up if I want. So yay!
You're right.
Yeah,
that's exciting for you.
Yeah,
is it though? Is it that exciting for you? Are you really excited about it?
It's cool. Plus, I've always wanted a desk that's deeper than mine.
Mm-hmm.
This is deeper and much longer, so I'll have like more surface area that I'll know what to do with.
Well, you've always wanted it deeper and longer.
Yeah. Those go hand in hand, right? The longer it is. Well, the longer it is.
The longer it is, the deeper it can go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to say that if it is longer, it just will go deeper, because you can temper that if you want.
There still might be a point of where the entry must stop.
Yeah, you know what?
You can only go so far.
I've thought about this a little bit. I don't think that that's something that would be good.
What do you mean?
Like,
elaborate.
If it was so long that it couldn't go all the way.
Yeah.
I don't think I would enjoy that. I'm not, by saying this, I clearly am not someone that suffers this. So.
Yeah, it's clear we're talking about penises now.
Yeah.
So I believe we've talked about the guy who had the largest penis in the world. And I guess one of his biggest complaints was that sex is kind of unsatisfying because he's too big.
Yeah. And
not a lot of women can handle how big he is. So it makes it very unpleasant to actually make the love. But
that's obviously a very extreme case. But
yes,
there are plenty of men, I think, that are not, because that guy did crazy stuff to try to make himself as big as he is, right?
No.
Are we thinking of two different people?
Potentially. Oh, yeah, you're thinking of that other dude that did all that weird shit. I'm thinking about the person who actually just has genetically the largest member.
Yeah, that wouldn't be... I'm sure he can make himself some money in the porn industry and stuff, but as far as just day-to-day life... But anyway, that's still an extreme case. But yeah, I don't know. I think it wouldn't be as fun.
Yeah.
That's all about that.
Mm-hmm. Basically, what Sean's saying is it looks like he just has a slightly engorged clitoris.
Me? Or the guy that we're talking about?
You. You're so small.
I like how it
just looks like
not only
a
is
large clitoris.
Not only is it, according to you, based on what you imagine in your every time you think about me in that way, is that it's the roughly the size of a clitoris, but I like how you went with slightly engorged, like not even massively engorged, just a tiny bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an ingrown hair that you get that little bump. Right? Do you experience ingrown hairs? You ever?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
I don't know. You don't
constantly.
Really.
I have a lot of hair.
I'm getting 3 right now.
No, I mean I get them on my head a lot because I always wear hats.
I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
How closely do you how short do you keep your hair typically?
Like depending, I'll shave it to 1/4 inch to 1/8 of an inch usually when I shave it.
Okay.
So pretty short.
Okay. So the
so
hat
then they'll grow
situation,
in and then
the hat situation is probably just for like hairs that maybe just kind of fall out from everyday life and then they grow back. Because if you're cutting your hair, you're not cutting your hair to the skin, so the ingrown hair part would be not from cutting your hair.
I think what happens a lot is that as I'm wearing hats, my hair is growing. It gets pushed, as it's growing, it's having something to push against. So it kind of just, so they're exposed, but then they grow. As they continue to grow, it grows more under the skin. It doesn't keep coming out.
I see. The
hats are keeping it.
So the end of it is still through the skin, but it's just okay. Interesting. I mean, those would be easy to take care of. Then you just yank them.
Yeah, it still gets irritated and
right. But there are those. But I think we're typically when people think of ingrown hairs, they think of where it's completely underneath.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't get a ton of that.
Yeah, I occasionally on the neck area from shaving, it happens. It's not crazy, which is
I very rarely ever shave anything to the skin.
Yeah,
like my face, like on my cheeks. When I shave my cheeks, I just buzz off. So there's still always like a 5 o'clock shadow, and then same with my neck and stuff. I just kind of trim it down so that it's not like a mess.
No, I go all the way down. I do like the 2 or 3 pass. I go like 2 or 3 pass with a safety razor, like from different angles. So I'm all about with the brush and the foam and the whole sort of old
straight razor.
Not a straight razor. I thought about it, but then you have to get one of those like leather things to like sharpen the blade on.
Yeah, they sell like a whole kit of it. You can buy a kit.
But I mean, typically, from what I've looked at, straight razors are quite expensive, and it would last you a really. I would want probably a good one.
It would be a lifetime.
Yeah. But I've been fine with my safety razor. There will be a time someday I will actually go in someplace and get like a professional straight razor shave from someone. I think that'd be pretty cool. That. I've never had that, so
I've had I went to a place and got my hair and my beard like professionally trimmed, and so they straight razored all the exposed skin.
I mean, that's still, no matter how gentle they are, it still has to be a bit nerve-wracking when they're right down by the jugular there, don't you think? Wouldn't you like?
Well, I mean, they would really have to put some force behind it to break all the way down into actually slitting your throat.
Yeah, I know, but
they'll nick the skin at most, but they're not going to be like, oops, and then just really go for it.
Like, what if someone, hits the back of their knee area and their legs kind of give out because they're all tricksters there? That'd be very irresponsible.
Yeah. I'm not going to a clown barber.
So, I think part of the reason why I'm thinking of this is I very recently, for the first time, saw the movie The Color Purple. And we're talking the original, not, I think there's a remake or a somewhat recent remake. I'm sure you've seen that movie. It's a movie.
The original, I can't for sure say if I've seen it all the way through. I probably have, but it's way back in like the late 80s, early 90s, probably.
Well, so either way, Whoopi Goldberg's character is sort of forced to marry this man that has a farm or whatever. Anyway, so he bosses her around and makes her do all these things for her or for him. Mm-hmm. And one of them is she has to shave him. And there are several scenes where she's just like she's so close to just slicing his throat open. And I think that, granted, the whole dynamic of their relationship was based on fear that you won't be able to live here and you won't be able to survive on your own if you're not with me, and I'm taking care of you. So you have to do all these things for me, and I can be as abusive to you as I want. But just to be so overtly physically and verbally abusive to someone, and then have them make them put a incredibly sharp blade right on your neck. I don't know. I would ever, if I'd ever be comfortable with that, to be honest.
I guess he believed enough in his abusive ways that he had her in check.
Yeah, I mean, and clearly she never actually did it. So spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers for a movie from 1984 or whenever it came out.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I just saw it a couple weeks ago. So
did you watch it while filming yourself for your YouTube channel?
No, I did not.
John, Jesus Christ.
Hey, sometimes.
Jesus Christ. Sometimes I just want to enjoy things to enjoy them and not always to make content. That's what you sound like.
Thanks. I guess that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad way to be. So I don't know why you're making fun of me for it.
Always thinking about yourself and what you want.
Not really. I'm not always doing that. I'm not.
Was this a movie suggested for you to watch by a particular friend?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Had she seen it before?
Yes.
Okay. Did she make you watch it as a lesson in life of don't be Danny Glover?
No. It was. I mean, at least she didn't say that. Those words didn't leave her mouth. But no. I think it was just like, oh, you've never seen this movie? You have to watch it. We should watch it, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Because I think she made a reference to it or something at some point. And of course, I'm like, I don't know what that is. Oh, right. It's from this. You've never seen it? Nope. And she thinks I'm crazy. Same thing with the movie Friday. I've seen the movie Friday now.
I think your viewing of predominantly black movies might increase over the next chunk of life.
Could.
I'll make you a list.
Great. No, the only movie I have reacted to so far is Deadpool 2. And no, I have not put the chopped up version up on YouTube yet. It's just on the full version's on Patreon.
Nice.
And so
go check it out
there and pay to watch it.
Pay to watch Deadpool with a guy also watching Deadpool.
Yeah, and I don't think that's even. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I don't know how much traction this kind of thing is going to have. I won't know until I put stuff on YouTube.
Until you know.
I won't know until I find out that I know.
That's how that works.
So my son is a 7th grader now. Can you believe it?
When did his school start? Because his school starts early, huh?
Yeah, it actually started a little bit later than it did last year. His first day was the 21st, so just this last Wednesday.
Because most kids don't start now till after Labor Day in normal public schools.
Yeah, and that's what we experienced growing up. Yes, so yeah, his previous school started around this time, maybe even the last week of August, and so I was kind of surprised when he started going to this school that he's going to now, that they started a little even earlier than that. I'm not sure why this year was like a slightly later start than last year, but I'll take it. Yeah, so it's really, so I'm guessing you saw a couple pictures. I didn't see what was posted. Yeah, so I took those pictures. He does not want to do first day of school or last day of school pictures. And I said, "Hey, I'm gonna have to take some. So just surrender to the fact that you have to get a couple pictures taken." And so he's like, "Oh, can we take them in the car?" I'm like, "Okay, sure." So then I took about 3 or 4 pictures of him just sitting in the back seat of the car before I dropped him off. And then I pulled he's getting out of the car and just walking toward the school. I'm like, "Oh," and I put my window down. I'm like, "Oh, hey, Leo, kind of say like you forgot something."
Yeah.
And then
you forgot let me take this photo.
He starts to turn around and like snap, 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 snap. And then he has a sort of confused look on his face the whole time, except there's one picture where he sort of starts to smirk like, oh, okay, I see what you did. You tricked me. And then he just turned back around and went back toward the school. So not the best first day of school photos. You know, it's not a cutesy holding up a 7th grade sign or anything like a lot of people do. But
when did that become a thing?
I don't know.
First and last day photos. Like we never did those as kids.
I know. I think we're in the age of, you know, parents caring a lot more than they used to about things.
I feel like it's not even necessarily that. I think it's all this fucking social media pressure of like, well, Becky did it, so now I've got to do it. Like everybody's got to fucking do it, and it's just like, why?
I don't know.
To be honest, I don't care about your kid going to like. I don't need to go on Facebook and see everybody's kids are going to first day of school. It's like I don't care about your kids. Like
it's like whenever there's an election, everyone has to post their voted sticker.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've voted several times and I have not once posted my I voted sticker or anything to say to the world that I voted. I just did it like a normal human being.
You're the kind of person that turns down the sticker. You're like, no, I don't want anybody to know that I voted.
I mean, I haven't actually turned down the sticker. I have the sticker. I didn't apply it to anything. It's actually like in the door of my car, that little pocket, you know.
Oh, it's just been in there for.
It's just in there.
X years.
No. There was the primaries recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I took my job. You know, they have to legally let you take like up to 2 hours paid time off to go vote if you can't schedule it during or outside of work hours.
Right.
And I took the time, so I'm like, well, I better at least go and do it, so I'm not completely gaming the system. So I voted and I chucked my little sticker down in the door pocket and it's still there.
So if anybody else ever drives your car, they'll know.
If they dig around and find it in there, yeah.
Yeah, you know, valet or something.
Oh, yeah, because I guess they might do that. They're like, let's see what kind of garbage this guy keeps in here. Oh, a banana peel. That's not common.
Yeah, it's like looking through somebody's medicine cabinet when you're using their bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like, you've never done that? You've never popped somebody's medicine cabinet open? Everybody does it.
I can honestly say I've never done that. I don't know why. Like I have no interest. I don't
understand why people do it either. And I do it. I don't know why I do it. You just pop it open and you're just like, oh, medicine cabinet. All right. And you close it again. Like, I don't know.
Have you done that?
It's like going to the fridge, knowing what you have in the fridge, but still just staring in the fridge to see if like.
Well, it's not like that. You don't know what's in. That's like that's your own fridge.
Yeah.
So you're not going up to someone's medicine cabinet already knowing what's in there and then just looking at what's
you can
there.
Suspect what's in there. It's just medicines and probably toothpaste and maybe deodorant. And
so big question.
Same shit.
Big question. Have you looked in mine?
Well, I haven't been in this place.
But the contents are the same. I didn't change. I didn't leave all the old stuff behind and buy new stuff for the new medicine cabinet.
I don't know if I did. Like I don't do it all the time, but every once in a while you just pop somebody's medicine cabinet open.
Sure.
I can't say for sure if you're looking at me like this is a weird thing that I do only. Like people do this. It's common.
Sure. If it is, that's weird.
Ask anyone.
Sure. I don't know.
I'm sure there's a whole fucking subreddit about people's medicine cabinets.
Well, that's such a cop-out thing to say. There's a subreddit about everything.
I know, but there's probably a fucking thing about looking at other people's medicine cabinets.
And people reporting weird stuff they found?
No, not necessarily. Well, maybe. There might be what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in somebody else's medicine cabinet? I'm sure that's a thing out there on the internet.
And I'm sure that's nothing we might bring up in a future episode, maybe.
Perhaps. This is yeah. I mean, that's the kind of content we bring. It's just the hard-hitting questions. What's the weirdest thing you found in a medicine cabinet?
Matt,
Sean.
I'm not going to do that right now. But speaking of voting and politics, we know you're quite the political enthusiast.
Huge. Yeah, I have a whole separate YouTube channel just based on my political opinions.
You have an entire medicine cabinet full of I voted stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my opinions.
And you were probably at the DNC, which just ended in your own town.
Yeah.
The DNC was just in Chicago.
Yep, I was so there. I was at the insurrection.
You probably saw John Legend perform and Pink perform and the Chicks perform.
Oh, that's right. They're just the Chicks now.
Yeah, they're being more PC about their name.
Yeah, by calling themselves the Chicks.
Well, yeah, but they took out the Dixie part, which is the worst part. They are female. Well, hold on. They're females. They have the right to call themselves chicks. It's not dudes calling them chicks.
I know, but it's just kind of funny because it's typically not a
right.
Yeah, women typically don't like to be called chicks.
But speaking of the Chicks, they sang a very, very patriotic, very well-known song here in the States, and that would be the Star Spangled Banner is what they performed. But when I was listening, I thought, you know what? I don't know if I know all the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner, and I don't know if they got all of the lyrics correct in their rendition. And so I thought I would.
Yeah.
I thought I would look up a quiz that asks the question, how well do you know the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner, Matt?
Right. Yeah. So is that clickhole.com?
It sure is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is gonna be good. Yeah.
Going into it, how confident are you in knowing the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner?
Well, it's clickhole.com, so not very confident at all.
I'm not talking about clickhole.com's version. I'm talking about,
the
what
actual
you know
version?
What you know of. Like what you can remember. Hey, so when you listen to the Star Spangled Banner, do you go, I've never known what that lyric is, or I've always confused this lyric for another, or do you just know it all as they sing it?
It's one of those things that as an American is so deeply ingrained in and if you're a true patriot,
right,
a true red-blooded American patriot,
yeah,
such as myself,
sure,
yeah, it runs through my veins. That song,
you could sing it in your sleep,
yeah, as I wrap myself in my nice warm American flag every night before I go to bed.
I mean, and every time
after my prayers,
every time you record and then re-watch over and over again the Super Bowl every year and the World Series, you get to hear.
Watch it once a week.
Yeah, you get to hear it sung over and over again. I'm sure it's just, there's no way you're going to get any of these wrong, is what I'm trying to say.
The Olympics, every time we got a gold, which is nearly every time.
No, it isn't. I'm sure all the stuff that we televise here in America, we see a lot of the American golds.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Almost every single time I watched an American gold ceremony, we got gold.
Yeah, but that's just the music they play. They don't sing
every time.
They don't sing it then, though.
I sing it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you sing it in the shower? When you're cleaning your bits?
Especially my bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's just get in with the quiz. I expect you to pass with flying colors, those specific colors being red, white, and blue.
I was going to say.
Exactly, of course. All right. So this little paragraph at the beginning here. It's the most famous patriotic anthem of all time. Sung before every sporting event played in all of the old US of A. If you're an American, you've heard it thousands of times, but how well do you actually know the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner? It should be called the partially Star Spangled Banner, because only that
we've talked about spangled on here before and defining what spangled meant.
Sure, but
and we've had this same argument that it's not fully spangled.
We have?
I believe we have.
I thought that was a brand new thought of mine just now.
No.
Okay. Thanks for crushing my dreams.
That's what I'm here for.
All right. The first question, this is how it starts. So, say blank by the blank. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, say, can you bleed by the car that runs on blood? Say, are you gay by the light of the homosexual moon? Say, will you take this horse bride to be your lawfully wedded wife by the powers vested in me by the state of Oklahoma? Mm. Or, say, something's embarrassing about your penis by the courtroom microphone? Oh, wait. Say something embarrassing about your penis by the courtroom microphone.
Okay, that makes more sense because I'm just trying to define was the penis near the microphone, or am I supposed to say something in the microphone about my penis? As far as I understand, marrying horses was not yet legal in Oklahoma at the time of the writing of this song.
Not likely.
Believe that was passed in 1946. Oh. 1946.
We guessed 101 years apart from each other.
So
you don't think they were marrying horses in the 1800s?
No.
That's when people were around horses more.
Not legally.
Gotcha.
So they wouldn't have had it in the song.
Sure. Well, they haven't changed the song anyway since it was written.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was saying. It wouldn't be in the song if marriage to horses was not yet legalized.
Right, but the song wasn't written.
This is the national anthem.
I know, which was not written in the 1800s. So whether or not horse marriage was legal in the 1800s does not affect the song lyric. That's a different question.
Okay, I didn't know where you were going at.
I'm just asking if you think people were marrying horses legally in the 1800s versus the 1900s.
No, because it didn't get passed until 1946.
Oh, sure, of course. I
looked it up.
Yeah, when?
Earlier.
That's on your own. You just thought. Mm-hmm. The first Google question was, is marrying a horse legal in the U.S.? Because and then you typed asking for a friend, even though Google's like, you don't need to specify that.
No, I typed asking for myself.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
A friend is asking for me.
Yeah. My friend wants me to know.
Yeah. Because of a conversation that friend and I had earlier about me marrying a horse. Or wanting to, anyway. Anyway, yeah, so you ruled out number 3.
My friend would ask me something about horse marriage later today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right. I don't remember any of them, so I'm going to go with the first one. Well, the second one was about something about gay light.
Right.
And then the fourth one was something about, I had it, now I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the first one.
Okay. A gay light
the fourth one was about penises.
Gay light, by the way, is just on a totally different wavelength.
I'm not adding a drum. I'm not adding a fucking
a rim shot
to that. I'll just let that silence kind of sit there.
So you went with "Oh Say Can You Bleed" by the car that runs on blood.
Yeah.
Selected.
That's the most similar sounding to the real lyrics.
Yeah, of course. Wait a minute. You're claiming these are the real lyrics, not.
I'm not claiming that.
Got it. Okay. Number 2.
It doesn't even say if it was right or wrong.
Oh,
usually there's a whole little description afterwards.
I selected it. I think that happens at the end.
Nope. Happens. Should happen after each question.
Right now, I'm selecting it and it's highlighted, but it's not showing me an explainer afterward. Hopefully, that happens at the end of the quiz.
Yeah. Otherwise, this will be really pointless.
No, we'll still find out how poorly you did on the quiz.
Yeah.
All right. So number 2, what's so blank at the blank? Okay. So the first choice is what's so the toilet is on the ceiling at the world's only bathroom. What's so many man-sized slugs at the Slugfest 2024?
Oh, that can't possibly be the lyric.
Right. There would be a lyric referencing this year.
This song was written hundreds of years ago.
So let's rule out number 2 for simple lunacy.
Now, world's only toilet, perhaps.
Of course.
At the time of writing this.
Toilets, world's only bathroom. Yeah.
Bathrooms and toilets were super rare.
And synonymous
back at the time
with
of
one another.
Writing this.
I mean, I'm sure the only
toilets especially.
I'm sure
were very rare at the time of writing this.
I'm sure the only toilet at the time was in the White House. Only the president got to use the toilet. Not even the first lady.
And it was difficult because it was on the ceiling.
She had to poop in her husband horse's mouth. Number 2. We did number 2, the Slugfest. Number 3. What so proudly we kiss our horsewife at Oklahoma City's only horse-inclusive chapel. Or what so your penis turns blue at 6 p.m. sharp.
These lyrics don't even make sense as far as the what so.
Yeah, maybe the third one. What so proudly we kiss our horse wife.
Yeah, that's the only one that fits the scheme.
What so the toilet is on the ceiling? I don't think that fits. Too many syllables.
I'm noticing that people who write these clickhole quizzes just try to go for the craziest fucking thing they can think of every time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, this is very early Matt and Sean story writing stuff.
Which is why it would have been great if this existed back then, and we could have maybe got ourselves some sweet writing gigs.
Like, we're pretty good at randomly coming up with the most ridiculous thing you could that nobody's ever said before.
Let's get paid to do it.
If I'm going to stick along the lines of this is the one that sounds the most like the actual song, then I have to go with the horse one this time, which then goes against everything I said in the previous
answer.
Quiz.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but you're gonna go with that one?
Going with what so proudly we horse.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
It's what so well. This is the song you know. So I'm surprised you're forgetting these lyrics. What so proudly we kiss our horsewife at Oklahoma City's only horse-inclusive chapel. All right. Number 3. Whose broad stripes and blank through the perilous blank. Okay. So the first choice, whose broad stripes and bright piss through the perilous Chris. The next one,
not even good.
Whose broad stripes and huge stars that are somehow bigger than the flag through the public flag critique, or through the perilous public flag critique
of 2024.
It doesn't say that. Whose broad stripes and large teeth through the perilous Oklahoma loopholes that say if you marry the horse first, it's not bestiality.
How is it not?
If you're married, it's not a sin.
If you're married first, it's not it's still bestiality.
It's the Oklahoma loophole. Look, this is Oklahoma we're talking about here.
I'm going to make a band called the Oklahoma Loophole.
That'd be awesome.
It's a pretty good band name, actually.
That is a good band name. Yeah. All right. Lastly, whose broad stripes and other shit through the perilous stuff?
You know, that one started off kind of funny with the...
just the other shit.
Other shit. And then just be like stuff. It's just kind of a dumb way to end it.
Yeah. It should be through the perilous and dangerous shit or something.
Maybe.
See, we should write for Clickhole.
Let's see. Which one tickled my fancy this time? Don't remember.
All right. So Bright, Piss, and Chris. Huge stars.
Stupid.
Huge stars that are somehow bigger than the flag. And then through the perilous public flag critique.
Sure.
The large teeth, Oklahoma loopholes that say if you marry the first horse or the horse first, it's not bestiality, and then other shit and stuff. So you're going with number 2?
Go 2.
The public flag critique.
Yeah, I like the idea of the public flag critique. It's just like the idea. It's like a gathering of people critiquing the flag.
I call to order.
It's like it's the flag we've had for this country for how many hundreds of years, and there's still people who gather together to critique it.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Less than 300?
Less than 300 what?
Years?
Yeah, sure.
All right, next one. Or, which we know is short for over, or it's O apostrophe ER. I don't know why they decided, let's get rid of the V and not pronounce it.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, I don't understand.
They just put an apostrophe in there, which took you just as long to type as the fucking V would have been.
Yeah, and then anyone like just hearing the song would go, are they saying or? Anyway, or the blank we watched were so gallantly blank. Or the Coach Season 4 DVD box sets we watched were so gallantly lacking bonus features.
Coach. What an interesting poll.
Yeah. I mean, not a day goes by I don't think of Craig T. Nelson.
Now I feel the same.
Nowadays, okay. Now, not a day. Anyway. Or the sports we watched were so gallantly sports.
Stupid.
Okay. Or the countless dark web horse love films we watched were so gallantly convincing that this was okay. And lastly, or the low-res 6-second clips of the Lincoln Memorial coming to life and eating a tourist we watched were so gallantly removed by YouTube.
It would be.
Yeah, I mean...
Definitely demonetized.
Of course, at very least.
Yeah.
I mean,
find that on some other website later.
It's a shame because that would get a lot of views and therefore a lot of ad exposure. So, but again, YouTube doesn't play cheap. You gotta earn an honest living on YouTube. Put in real hard work. Earn your money through hard work and dedication and positive contribution to society.
Let's just go with the horse one again.
Oh, that's all about dark web horse love films. We all know this.
Again, hold on. No, because again, it mentions the dark web.
So it can't be it, right? Are you changing your answer? So I'll read them through again. We got Coach Season 4 DVD box sets lacking bonus features.
Also couldn't be that one, technically.
I mean, right now, it looks like we're just limited to, since the last one mentions YouTube, although it's a video.
All right.
We have to go with sports and sports.
Yeah, it's stupid, but...
To be the most historically possible or plausible, we have to go with sports and sports.
Yeah, they probably just called it sport at the time, though.
Yeah, well, this is a modern reimagining.
Well, then any of them could be the answer.
Well, I mean, what do you want from me?
For which this to be over.
Well, the quicker you answer, the quicker it is.
All right. So then we'll just do a spread of just do A, B, C, D for the next 4.
Oh, you don't want to read? Okay. Well, which one are you picking for this one?
I'm sport.
Sports. Oh, sports. Sorry.
Sport.
Ooh. Okay, next one. And the blank red glare, the blank bursting in air.
Oh.
So we have, and the president. 4? Okay.
I said sport.
Oh no, I'm reading ahead. And the okay, and the president's red glare, the fat guys bursting in air.
Okay.
And the very
fat
hot
guys, like the fat, like other, like these are other fat guys, or the fat guys as in like this fat guy is bursting in air, like the president himself is bursting in air.
It's just plural guys, so
okay,
referring to other men that are obese.
Gotcha.
And the very hot. You want this to be done, yet you keep interrupting every time I start to read another answer. I didn't hear you because you're muted. And the very hot calculator's red glare, the pelican's throat pouches bursting in air.
Neither part has anything to do with each other.
I know. This is the let's think of the craziest thing no one's ever said before version line. This is your favorite. And the horse's vagina's red glare, the horse condoms bursting in air.
There's no such thing as a horse vagina. Just kidding. A horse condom.
There might be. Yeah, so number 2, we know that there weren't calculators back then, so we can't choose that one.
Yeah. Or pelicans.
So we'll go with your initial, sight unseen choice, which is number 4.
I didn't say. I said sport.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
not for.
And the very faint red glare. I'm sorry. Let me start over. There's a comma and more. And the very faint, nearly imperceptible red glare.
Oh.
The disappointing lack of anything bursting in air.
That sounds the most like life.
So that's the one you want to go with?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
If I get one right at all, not like number one, but like of them right.
Yeah, I figured that's what you meant, but it's good to clarify. Right. All right, just to ease your mind a little bit, we have 1, 2, 3 left. So we are almost done. Gave proof through the blank that our flag was still blank. Gave proof through the opening credits to The Sopranos that our flag was still wet. Gave proof through the Spencer's Gifts dressing room that our flag was still a pair of blood-soaked shorts. Gave proof through the illegal underground horse chapel that our flag was still an image of a horse riding a man. Lastly, gave proof through the entire cave that our flag was still a napkin with a smiling airplane drawn on it in marker.
That would be a cool flag.
I know. Wait, the horse riding a man?
No.
A napkin with a smiling airplane drawn on it in a marker?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool
or
flag.
A pair of blood-soaked shorts.
Are the bloods... I'm confused. Are the blood-soaked shorts something you can buy at Spencer's Gifts?
Possibly. Or there's something you might find in a dressing room from time to time. Like maybe someone, wasn't prepared for a certain moment in their monthly cycle, and then they decided to buy a new pair of shorts at Spencer's and leave the old pair in the dressing room?
I am sorry to say that for the shorts to be blood-soaked, that if a woman was not prepared for her cycle to start happening and she soaked a pair of shorts with blood,
hey,
it's not her cycle. It is something much worse. I was about to say that, but then I didn't want to. In which case, she wasn't prepared.
Right. You're never really prepared.
She hasn't had her period for months. She shouldn't be carrying tampons or pads.
Yeah, truly. But, hey, and the other side of things, I mean, they make Super Plus for a reason.
Sean Tattoo, Feminist 2024.
I'm just saying there's a reason they make a certain absorption level.
For miscarriages?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No, but they might come in handy for that.
I mean,
what do you got? What do you got for me, Matt?
I just out of pure decency, I can't pick that one at all now.
Sure. Out of respect for women.
I'm going to airplane, smiley face.
A smiling airplane drawn on a marker. Or drawn on a napkin with marker.
Yeah, because I need to get the image of a horse riding a man out of my head.
Gotcha. So keep talking about it. All right, next one. This is a one blank question. So there's only one.
Oh, thank God.
Whew. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet blank?
Blank.
Does it honk? Does it yet holler?
Yet holler?
Does it? Well, it's the words are actually banner yet blank. I just included the yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Does the banner act as a makeshift blanket for birthing a half-horse, half-human hybrid?
A centaur?
Or does it drazzle?
I'm not exactly sure what drazzling is, but I hope it does.
I hope it drazzles all the time. I hope it yet drazzles.
Does it yet drazzle?
All right. Would you like me to read them again?
No, I want it to yet drazzle.
Okay. That's what we're going with. Number 4.
If it doesn't,
I hate our flag.
I'm gonna figure out how to make it.
That might be illegal. There's a lot of rules about what you can do to American flag.
Oh, yeah, but yet we can... All this horse sex is fine.
Look, we're saying that those aren't the lyrics. Anyway, another o'er in place of over. O'er the land of the blank, and the home of the blank. The very famous closing line of the song. O'er the land of the malls and the home of the white guys. O'er the land of the spangling and the home of the spangledness.
Spangledness is not a word.
O'er the land of the horse and the home of the perfectly legal sexual relationship with it.
That one's really hard to hold out at the end.
I know. Yeah, that's a long. Yeah, because you usually want to sustain that one note on that one syllable. You'd think, but it's a hard one. O'er the land of the homes and the homes of the land.
So stupid.
I actually read it wrong too because it's home of the land. I put homes. Anyway, as the song, as you remember it,
and the home of the land.
Yeah. As
you remember, like something a kid would say, not knowing what the lyrics really were.
Yeah, it's one step above just like, just like humming sounds.
I want it so bad to be the horse one because it's the hardest one to drone out at the end.
All right, me too. And I like the verbiage of that last part.
Yeah,
the perfectly legal sexual relationship with it.
What is the relationship with it?
You know what? I have to say, this is a little bit disappointing because this doesn't seem to break down an explanation to each question.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Because it's always like, this is the part of the song where the lyric writer describes his sexual relationship he had with a horse in Oklahoma.
Well,
at the time of the writing of this song.
Here's my only justification here. I think it's probably pretty hard to have like an accurate account for. I'm sure they didn't interview the lyricist back in those days to really know what their thought process was behind the song and what inspired the lyrics. So they can't just make things up here on Clickhole.
Of course.
So let's just find out how well you did. Oh man, I am so sorry to say that you're not nearly as patriotic as I thought you were.
Thank God.
But you did get your minimum required answers correct.
I got one right.
You got 1 out of 8. The problem is, let me see if it'll tell me which one.
Yes.
You know what? You'll be very happy to know that the one you got correct was that the Star Spangled Banner yet drazzles.
Fantastic.
So let's read this little explanation here. Damn, looks like you hate America. You barely remember the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner at all. Time to head to a ball game and create an All-Star Spangled Banners playlist on Spotify because you need to get it together. Hurry before you get shipped off to China.
They can't just ship you off to China.
They can air you off.
I can't be deported. I can't be deported from the country I am a member of.
Well, you can seek refuge in another country for the clear high level of treason you're displaying right now by not knowing the true lyrics to the song.
Well,
I think we better end this recording right now, and you better get packing. Actually, we don't have to release this. You're safe.
Yeah, that's Oh, yeah.
Yes. So would you like
this episode just took a hard cut from 30 minutes ago to now.
Would you like to share your results on various social media platforms like
Not really. I don't know.
Facebook and some weird light blue background with a white burn on it. I'm not sure what social media platform that's supposed to represent. Or a G with a plus sign after it.
Do people actually use Google Plus as a fucking social media platform still?
I don't know.
That came and went immediately.
On Clickhole, you can still use that as an option to share your results.
That just must be an old icon they never went back and programmed to remove.
Well, again, it isn't showing X; it's showing the Twitter bird still too. So,
right,
which is more recently changed than Google Plus, but
yeah.
Then there's the next one. Is this an email, like a little envelope? So you could email your results to someone, all of your contacts, perhaps your boss.
Yeah, I instantly get fired for being unpatriotic.
Like, look, we can't keep you on. I can't I can't with good conscience let you continue to work here. You're taking good, wholesome Americans' jobs by staying here.
Yeah. Yep. So many Americans that work at my job.
Whoa.
No, it's a healthy mixture.
Okay. All right. Non-toxic?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Like, of all the people that work in, like, out on the floor, 4 of us are American and the rest are not.
Oh, so it's an us versus them, you consider it?
It's not an us versus them. I'm just saying. It's
I know the way you said it.
Nobody could fire. I couldn't get fired for not being American enough is all I was saying.
I see.
Yeah.
What? So being one of few makes you more American than if there were many people that from America at your job?
Are you like purposely trying to twist this in a weird way?
No, I don't know what you meant by you couldn't be more American working there just because there's not very many of you.
I couldn't be fired for not being American enough, considering majority of the people that work there are not from America.
So you're saying they're not American enough. You're more American than they are, is what you're saying? Like you have more of a right to be here than they do?
See, like I said, you're twisting what I'm saying.
It's so easy. I could write for like political campaigns.
I'm just saying it just wouldn't make sense being a natural born American to be considered less American than people who came here and chose to become American. I am no less American. Like I can't be less American than them is all I'm saying. Still, it makes sense. And it makes sense.
It's still a slightly shaky,
being a prick.
It's still a slightly shaky statement.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm not saying they're not at all American.
You're just saying you're more American.
I'm just saying I can't be less American than them.
Yeah. So if you can't be less American, that means you're more.
I can be the same amount of American as them is what I'm saying. I just can't be less than they are. That makes sense. And you're still trying to make me look like I'm saying I'm more American than them.
Look, I mean, some racist comments make sense.
I also don't give a shit about being like
super American.
This isn't like the day and age where being super American is awesome. Like,
yeah, it really isn't. It really isn't.
I don't go out stepping out the door whistling proud to be an American every time I walk down the sidewalk.
Yeah, I know you whistle the Star Spangled Banner.
That what's kind of screwed up about that song though too. That I'm proud to be the first 2 lyrics, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Like we're one of hundreds of free countries.
Again, we have to remember when that song was written. The times were very different back then. You couldn't even marry your horse legally.
Yeah, not legally.
I'm suggesting that song was written before 1946, so I don't know if that's true. Probably not.
Also not true. As far as Oklahoma.
The best place, honestly, to go where you go really deep on the meaning behind the true lyrics of the No, I can't go all the way. It's unfortunate. It's less fun. Is the season 4 DVD box set of Coach. Though it lacks in bonus features, that is one that is there. The true meaning and inspiration behind the lyrics to the song, "The Star Spangled Banner."
Right. What?
Exactly. Hooray, hurrah. Hazoo, huzzah.
Yeah.
What else is new, Matt?
I don't know. My car got sideswiped at 5 a.m. on Tuesday morning on a hit and run.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
Welcome to your new place.
I know. Clearly, probably a drunk driver.
Was it outside your place? It wasn't like...
It was out front. It got caught on... I caught it on ring cam video, but couldn't get a license plate. So...
And there's no nearby, like, maybe street camera that would have...
Not that I know of.
Seen anything? How bad is it?
It's just cosmetic. Everything works fine. It didn't break any mirrors or anything. So it's just a small, it's like scraped the whole, both doors and the front of the car. And then there's like a decent sized dent in the back door, but it's whatever. But yeah, then I got my O2 sensors installed. So I'm like, okay, cool. My car is fixed. I'll go get my emissions test soon. And then the check engine light came back on. And this time it was spark plugs and ignition coils. So I got those done. Cool. Drive it around for a little bit. Then they're going to check it again before I go get tested. The check engine light came back on yesterday.
And do you have a diagnostic on that yet?
Nope. I'm going to go back tomorrow at noon and see what the hell's wrong with it now. So,
do you think all these problems are occurring because you got swiped?
No. It's just, the one thing triggered it. They fixed that. Then they found out, okay, well, now this is it's just working our way down the line to figure out what the final problem is going to be. So, well, they told me there's a gasket that needs to be replaced, but I'd probably be okay doing that after. But I'm thinking the gasket's going to need to be replaced because I think it's causing the problem again. So,
well, then wouldn't you want to get it replaced right away so that?
Well, I'm going to have to because it keeps tripping the check engine light, so I'll never pass the emissions test if I don't. So I have to get tested by the end of the week.
I think you should
down to the wire now.
I think you should call the police and see if mention the time and location of your car getting hit and see just if they have any. Why not? I'm not at all worried about it at this point. Because what's it going to do? They could contact him and then his insurance would have to pay you to get your car repaired. That's what.
99 times out of 100, when somebody hit and runs you like that, it's because they don't have insurance.
Yeah, so but you also said they're likely a drunk driver, which means they may not be thinking clearly.
Nothing can be proved. They wouldn't even be able to prove it was that. They would never be able to prove it was that vehicle that hit me or anything.
If they
found somebody,
if they have footage of it, they can.
If they have footage of a vehicle that matches the description of it, but we wouldn't be able to say like, yep, that was 100% the vehicle that hit me.
Yeah, but they might.
Oh, hearsay.
They might have a license plate number.
Well, the cop would, but what is that? How does that tie back to my car?
It shows what car hit your car, and then they can contact the owner of that car.
But what video shows the license plate?
I'm saying there might be some. Are you near a street light, like a traffic light that would have a camera?
Not close enough.
Oh, well, okay. All right, then that was it. That was my whole point. Was thinking.
Okay, but that intersection does not have a camera.
Okay, then never
I know
mind.
that much.
Well, that was a lot. For
Either
nothing.
way, my insurance is already aware of the situation. I've already went to get my car. I had a body shop look at it, so I should be expecting an estimate early next week or early this week, I guess. but even with I have a $500 deductible, and I'm just like, it's not even going to be worth it. It's not worth me paying $500 to get my car fixed, even though it's going to be probably well over $2,000 in damage.
I don't know.
It's a 10-year-old car. I don't care that much. 10-year-old car, 121,000 miles. I'm just going to drive it till it dies at this point, if I can, because I can't seem to get it fixed.
I was going to say, like,
I might not be able to drive it at the end of the week because I won't be able to get my fucking tabs until I get this emission test done.
Well, I don't know.
That or I just have to drive it and risk getting pulled over and getting a ticket.
Hey, apparently in Chicago, you can just hit another vehicle, get away with it. So
I literally watched somebody drive. Like, I was sitting at an intersection turning left right next to a cop who was going straight. Literally watched somebody drive through the intersection, staring at their phone in their hand, in their face. And then shortly after that, our light turned green and somebody went through the intersection and the cop did nothing to either of those two people. So I'm just like, apparently you can just do whatever.
Cool.
Nobody really cares.
And you're worried about your tabs being expired or whatever.
With my track record, yeah, I'll get pulled over for that. Like, I got a ticket for parking too close to a crosswalk in a spot that people always parked in constantly, and there was no sign saying you couldn't park there. The street wasn't marked off in any way. There was no sign saying parking from here back. And then I got a fucking ticket. It's the only time I've ever seen a car in that position get a ticket.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
That's life.
It's like
That's America. That's America.
It's like what? Oh, talking and things. It's like a time where I went to. Oh, he's almost back. I thought you were gonna be gone for a while. I was gonna vamp.
No, my cats are being complete and utter pieces of shit right now.
No, it's like the time where we went skating like almost every weekend in downtown and stuff, and then nothing ever happened when we were like 16 and 17, and then the one time I did a month before I turned 18, the cops decided to, check us out and see how old we were.
That was one of the only times I didn't go.
Yeah.
But again, with my luck, we used to go to the U of M and skate every Friday night, like religiously. And the one time I drove and parked in the same spot we always parked in, I got towed.
That's actually that's the scenario I was thinking of. But the only thing I could remember was the other time I got taken to whatever that was. That's what it was. We used to park in the same spot every time. You drove and then, got towed.
Yep. I got towed that time. Probably because, I don't know, I guess my car stood out because it was a big fucking boat of a car.
Yeah, you just have to be so conspicuous.
Apparently, at that point in my life.
You're just like, look at me. That's what you're all about.
I think that's more so what I used to be all about. I used to draw attention to myself on purpose a lot back in the day. And now I just want to be left alone.
Okay. Well, we don't have to do this anymore.
Today or ever?
Ever.
Is this us announcing this is the last episode of the show?
I don't know.
Five episodes before 200.
You want to be left alone, and this is the opposite of that.
This is close to still being left alone. Like, I don't have to do this in person with you. So that's nice.
You sometimes do.
Yeah, it's been a while.
She sometimes goes. Yeah, it has been quite a while since we did an in-person recording.
Yeah, I'd say the last one was when you guys were all in town that time.
Yep. We had...
But not the time after that.
We had Eric and Snooze and Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was last summer.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Is that last summer?
I remember being hot out.
Was that earlier this year?
I don't know. When was the last time? Yeah, we don't know. When did we come there when it was Josh and Mike and I?
That was in
April.
Okay.
So it must have been the summer before that. Because the idea was suggested, but it took a while for this last trip to happen.
Right.
So, because I remember it being hot, and I remember Mark like going for runs in the morning and it being hot.
Yeah, it must have been then. Because I think you guys were trying to get the Josh trip to happen earlier, and then I said wait until it starts getting nice out because it was still, because the weather was still cold at that time.
Yeah, and Mike wanted to come for over his birthday time.
Yeah,
end of February.
That's right.
Yeah, without Josh. I'm like, you jerk. All about him.
Mikey just needed some time away from
his loved
family.
Yeah, that's him, I guess. Well, that seems to be our episode, folks. It's an episode.
Okay.
And so, we release episodes every next Tuesday, so that's when we'll see ya.
Every next Tuesday?
Yeah, that's when
that sounds like we would always, wouldn't be.
It's never actually happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Every next Tuesday, we post an episode. It's still accurate.
Yeah, okay. See ya.
Okay, goodbye.
If you have a question, complaint, or threat for Sean or Matt, you can reach us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, X, or Instagram at HSFamousPod, or you can email the show at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. no animals were pleasured during the making of this podcast, despite our best efforts. All hail our Lord and Savior.
As I wrap myself in my nice, warm American flag.
You couldn't even marry your horse legally.